We have a shout out to the Reggae Girls.
Yay. No? Yay.
I'm waiting. Like, where's the applause from one of the women on the podcast?
That's the way I promise.
No, I'm supposed to get the biggest big ups here.
Yes.
Shout out to our ladies. They created history. They reached the last 16 of the Women's World Cup in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
They sadly got knocked out. Today, we're recording this on Tuesday, August 8th. They got knocked out by Colombia.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
1-0.
Yeah.
But yeah. First and foremost, we have to say congratulations to the girls. I know some of this was marred by conversations surrounding
The
support and who never give money from who not give money and who is being disingenuous and who a lie and all these things. But I want to focus on the history that they created and the future for the women's program in football, because if it's that this was just reignited in 2011, I believe, and this is where they reach in 2023, I think they can reach much, much further. I think they could have reached further in this World Cup, you know, say for things just going their way if you actually watch the match. Which I actually did. I woke up at 3 a.m.
Wow.
I did sleep out a lot of it. I did.
But you tried.
But I tried.
Props to you for
when
that.
the goal scored, that's when I was fully awake. I'm like, oh shit, go. I was like, shit, them Colombia score.
Yes.
What
and like
minute
from
was
there
it?
was about the
Jaja.
60th
Okay.
or 50th, thereabouts. Second half. And from there on, I was fully awake and I just there say, yo, let's go. And then that pressure, but just couldn't get a breakthrough. But Bonnie different. Bonnie a real top striker. You know what I mean? And I just think that if they get further support and further work goes into the program, I could definitely see them advance past the round of 16 in a future Women's World Cup. I mean, and we can say we'll go farther than the US team, which I was very glad that they got knocked out, by the way, because them just annoying overall. I find them very annoying. And yeah. A shout out to our women, man. Great achievement. All of them. Everybody who was involved in getting them there. Everybody who supported them along the way.
For
We're not
sure.
going to mention the wagonists. We're not going to mention all them people there. All the hypocrites. Not going to mention any of
No,
them.
but
Nah.
special shout out to
I mean,
Sidella.
Special shout out to Celila Marley.
Marley.
The special shout out.
Like, you know, the Marleys, she could have been in music, but she focused in football, which is another love of her father. And channeling it
There we go.
into the girls, which
Yeah.
is commendable because, you know, we know that women's sports don't necessarily get the support as
Yes.
it should.
Yes.
You know,
Hypocrites out
everybody know about Reggae Boys, but
Yeah.
very little is said about Reggae Girls.
This is true.
So it's very good that, you know, just really special shout out to Della. Honestly, like
Yeah.
she is the, I guess, the architect of all of this happening and all the praise and honor and all the commendations that they get. It really falls on her as well, are really mostly, you
Yeah.
know, on the girls and as well as her. And, you know, maybe, yeah, just hoping that more. I think, you know, we rely on the government to do a lot. And the government said they gave 3 million.
Here we
and
go.
no, and it's a lot. And to the government, it says a lot. But what I was saying is that they need corporate support.
Yeah.
You know, like $3 million is nothing. And there's so many sports
And
team
other
in
things.
Jamaica exactly
Yeah.
to be focused on. Like the ministry alone is like culture, sports, gender, like freaking 4 ministry in one. So we definitely need corporate support to come on and rally around.
I
the
could touch in
girls.
the
True.
conversation, just a touch.
Yeah.
Can see with that.
Why is it that you think the Reggae Girls aren't supported as much as they think they should be and as much as they probably should be, given that
I don't want to
they
have
reach
this
your-
conversation.
You don't want to?
No.
Because it's going to be a tough conversation to
Yeah.
have, especially as a female.
Yeah.
It is.
Boy.
Yeah.
Because
Women don't watch women play sport. Women watch men play sport. That's just
Yeah.
the fact of it. That's just the fact of it. And, you know, like I won't get up 3 o'clock in the morning to watch them play. And I'm a woman, I go feminism, but that's the honest truth. Like, I'm not going to wake up in the early mornings like that to support them. I never even did that with freaking Qatar. Like, the fuck? Like, I only watch the afternoons, the afternoon one, not the early morning.
The early morning one, I'm gonna miss it for sure.
For sure. But, you know, it's just, I like, there are a couple sports. Like, I'm a track person. So I love track and field.
Mm-hmm.
I watch both genders.
Mm-hmm.
Run. All day, every day. But like just certain sports too. Like I won't watch female MMA. Like I don't like to see women pummel each other.
I'll watch that.
But I watch men pummel each other. It's like the brutality of it. Just like, geez, Louise, women doing it. So I don't know. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. It's a different conversation to have.
It is.
It's a hard conversation to have because many people want to conflate like, oh, you know, like you're not really championing. But it's the hard truth. Like women.
And it's not a man thing.
Yeah.
It's a people thing.
It's a people thing.
Because women as well, I'm glad you mentioned it, Ari. There's a lot of women out there that are elder women and even women of your age and around your age group that even women playing football say, what them follow the man there for? Everything the man there they want follow. I've heard women say these
or
things.
Just sports in general. A lot of women don't like sports.
Yeah.
So that for me, because my son is into sports now, I am gradually getting into it. Like I'm watching football, I'm watching track and field and certain other sports. Or if it's happening, I just want to know. I just want to be aware of what's happening so that I can, you know,
engage in conversation
and whatever.
And
that's the thing too. Like a lot of people, them not even like them. They will like watching sports.
Yeah.
But a whole lot of people would get caught up in the excitement. Say this was the Reggae Boys doing these things.
Yeah.
If the Reggae Boys was playing Brazil in the World Cup, it wouldn't have mattered any time that game was playing. 90% of the country would have been up watching that.
And it would have been it would be all over the timeline.
I guarantee you.
Yeah, it would be. If
the Reggae Boys reach the round of 16 of a World Cup, it no matter what time, I could at 2 o'clock in the morning, we are watch that as a nation. And you got ear pot cover outside.
Yeah.
You got hear it.
It's just a worldwide thing, like men's sports just more.
It generates a bit more excitement, it seems.
Most women who watch sports, especially if they're watching male sport, like are straight women. So they like to see the good looking men and the chiseled men and the rugged men. Not, in all honesty, that's how I got started into it because I loved Cristiano Ronaldo. I thought he was like the cutest thing ever, and David Beckham. So like you kind of watch it now, and that's how Man U became my team because that's how I started to get into it.
Yeah.
So
is it
then
wrong
after,
for me to with the same lens with the women?
No.
All right. That's how I go on.
Yeah.
Separate from the buzz skills, you know. There's a lot of talent down that Jamaica. Like when we say talent, you know what I mean?
Beauty.
Know what I mean? There's some talent there. You know what I mean? Talent. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, beautiful ladies. Skills, of course, come first. But yo, some are no talented beyond that.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, and
I feel like even that, if some people and some man can find that as an entry point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, you get drawn in by the looks, but you also
that's
with the looks you get from say, oh, them
like I say,
ball.
for real.
I mean, I watch me and say, yo, the women's game has improved significantly over the years. You don't know what me say about women football versus men football before. You don't know mine.
Yeah.
But it has improved. You see, man, give them credit.
They really do look good playing together as a team.
Yeah. You know what I mean? More ways than one, just.
This guy.
So there is a gender bias and we have to acknowledge that
we have
with
to.
men and women.
We have to.
But,
and it's a hard conversation
it is
to
a hard
have
conversation
because many people would want to, as me said, conflate so many issues into one, and it's like that's not even the case. Because I mean, I support women. I mean, pay equality. I believe that it should be I was having a conversation with you. It's not even about equality to me. Equality to me is about equity. So it's about like what you value, what you bring to the sport, what you bring overall. That is what you should be paid. Nothing more, nothing less. None should be about gender or whatever. It should be just your value to the sport.
I just feel like some people need to come to grips with the reality of certain things concerning men's sports versus women's sports. So, like, even if the argument on the women's side is that, oh, we need to be paid like the men, well, that's where you're going to get into economics.
Yeah.
Where you're going to have to look at, is the game in general generating as much revenue as a men's game? So even though you may be performing better versus women in a particular sport versus the men in the sport, a la United States or even the Reggae Girls now, the fact of the matter is the women's game not really generating as much funds, as much revenue as the men's game.
Yeah.
And I think even we need to discuss FIFA and their corruption. I think these are conversations that need to be had and need to be looked at and zeroed in on more than the federation or the this. I just think that some of those things are symptomatic of the women's game not generating as much revenue globally, and the finger probably more need to be pointed at FIFA.
That's what I
as
think
an
too.
organization.
And
how much money are going at the individuals, coffers and wallets and all versus money that could be going into investing into the games and into the game them and into the federations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because that's what it's
really
supposed to be about. Like the money should be channeled into the countries to support and develop
the sport. Yeah.
You know, so, you know, proper fields to play on, proper, not just the office, but other team. There are like 14 parishes in the country. Like there are other stadiums that could be developed to support an island-wide development of sports.